Hello again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the photographs, of course, yes, and the opportunity for fellowship. Welcome back to the second Arch Klumpf Society ceremony of the weekend, where we are honored to recognize 12 honorees from the United States, the birthplace of our great organization. This ceremony will be conducted in English, with simultaneous interpretation available in Italian, Mandarin, and Spanish. If you need help with your interpretation equipment, please raise your hand or speak with a staff member at the back of the auditorium. At the back, if you have to speak with a staff member. If you have to raise the hand, you can remain at your seat. Before we begin, I'd like to recognize a special guest who has joined us this morning. Past Rotary Foundation General Manager, John Osterlund. John, would you please stand to be recognized? Did you recognize him? Well, okay. On behalf of the Rotary family, I want to thank you for your many years of leadership in support of our great organization mission. Whether through bold initiatives, record-breaking moments, or quiet work behind the scenes, your impact endures. Let's have a round of applause to show our appreciation for John's contributions. Thank you, John, for joining us for this celebration. Since Rotary's founding in 1905, our organization has grown into a global force for good. Yet its roots remain firmly planted in the values that first took shape here in Chicago: fellowship, service, and leadership. The honorees we celebrate today embody these ideals through their unwavering commitment and impactful leadership. You are leading grand projects, participating in national immunization days, supporting scholarships, and guiding Rotary at the highest level of service. You are breaking down barriers to success with your generosity, your expertise, and your compassion. And through your support, you are helping Rotary achieve its most ambitious goals. As Arch Klumpf Society members, you exemplify what it means to give fully, with both heart and mind. You show us what is possible when we come together as a Rotary family. Together, we are ending polio, we are promoting peace, and we are creating hope where and when it is needed most. Thank you for your commitment, thank you for your generosity, and thank you for allowing us to share in this milestone with you. Together, we are achieving the extraordinary, and together we will continue to be a powerful force for good in the world. Now, it is my pleasure to invite General Secretary John Yuko back to the lectern to lead our second ceremony. Please, John.
Good morning again, everyone. Thank you, President Francesco, and John. Again, welcome back to One Rotary Center, and thank you again for all your years of service to the foundation. And I also would like to echo President Francesco's sentiments when I say that it's really a privilege and an honor to recognize this exceptional group of Arch Klumpf Society honorees. In this room, we're indeed surrounded by people of action, individuals who live Rotary's guiding principles each and every day. And these principles are the basis on which our global organization stands and are the cornerstones of our success. As Arch Klumpf Society members, you recognize that we have the privilege and responsibility to keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible. And you know that the best way to affect change in the world is to become that change. And so your commitment to service extends far beyond your financial contributions. You roll up your sleeves, you invest your time, and actively immerse yourself in causes that improve circumstances for families and entire communities. Not just in your own backyard, but in every corner of the globe. And your generosity and tireless efforts are the driving force behind Rotary's mission, and we celebrate that steadfast commitment of action today. And so now I would invite all of our honorees to please stand if you're able, or wave your hand as I call your respective name. And so we have from District 6860, past Rotary International President Mark Maloney and Gay Blackburn Maloney. From District 6900, District Governor Stephen R. and Anna H. Ivory. From District 7305, past District Governor Richard Martin. From District 7610, past District Governor Juanita and William Cawley. From District 7600, past District Governor John Padgett and Lee Ann Padgett. From District 7910, past District Governor Victor Tom and Shi Wen Kuo. From District 6360, past District Governor Mark Odland and Larae Odland. From District 7620, Ela and Vinod Shah. From District 7600, Seeger Whitaker. From District 6380, Manish Mehta. From District 7730, Niels Wald and L.A. Oyer Jorgensen. And finally, from District 6900, Mary Props Chapman and Edgar Chapman. And so now we have the opportunity to hear from each of our honorees about their involvement with Rotary and the story of their generous support. So now I'd like to introduce past District Governor Mark Odland and Larae Odland.
Brought the notes, thank goodness. Greetings from South Haven, Michigan, which is 80 miles by water straight east of where we stand right now. My name is Larae Odland, a member of the South Haven Rotary Club, District 6360. My partner of 55 years is Mark. We have been blessed with 2 married, successful sons, Paul and Peter, and have the joy of having 5 grandchildren. As Mark's mother would say, not a bum in the bunch. This past year, we have traveled extensively, including every corner of our district, while Mark served as district governor. So now, for the rest of the story, here's Mark.
So this is sort of like closing the circle. I served as district governor last year, and Larae was my partner every single step of the way. And it brings back a memory of when I was interviewed to be the governor, and a typical last question was, is there anything you'd like to share with us that we might not know about you? And I said, yes, there is. So I took the floor and I said, you understand that if you get Mark, you get Larae. And the beauty of that statement is, I think that's why I was elected district governor. Because honestly, Larae is the one that's been by my side all the way and has probably tempered me and helped me be a better governor these past, through the number of years we've been involved. Ours is a story of inspiration and really a story of how we got here today. So I want you to think about a time that you were really inspired, a time that you felt something about what was happening and you made a decision to take some action. I like to think of it this way. Nothing really happens until we're inspired. Nothing really happens until somebody asks us and inspires us to do something. So I think about the examples of Larae and I being together for 55 years because she finally relented and said yes. I asked. I think about becoming a member of the Rotary Club because somebody relentlessly asked me to join. I was asked to become a member. I became president of my club because someone cared enough and thought I would be a good president and asked me to serve. I became a district governor because a dear friend planted a seed years and years ago by saying, have you ever thought about becoming a district governor? Let me leave you with just a couple final thoughts. When I attended the International Assembly, Larae and I, in January 2024, it was the year of the magic of Rotary. We were inspired by Mark Maloney, then Rotary Foundation chair, when he stood up in front of 1,500 people in that room and waved a magic wand. You remember? Some of you do. And suggested that we hold $1 million dinner and suggested that every district governor make a major contribution to the Rotary Foundation. Because of that, we held a Launching Your Legacy initiative, and we, as a district, raised $2.7 million for the Rotary Endowment Fund. And more importantly, I became a member of the Arch Klumpf Society along with Larae. We were inspired to do it. The last thing I would share with you, and I don't think Stephanie is here today, but I remember like it was yesterday when she took the podium and asked every district governor in that room to add 100 members and add 4 new clubs during their year as governor. And then she leaned into the podium and said, is there anything about this you don't understand? We all understood it. And I've got to tell you, last year in June, we hit plus 108 and we added 2 new clubs. So why? Because Stephanie inspired us to do it. So as you think about going forward in this venture that we're on with the Rotary Foundation, think about what happens when someone inspires you to do something. Think about what happens when somebody asks you to do something. And then think about, be careful, very careful what you ask for, because in the end, you're probably going to achieve it. Thank you much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark and Larae, and congratulations on your 55-year partnership. And you're absolutely right. Inspiration being asked are extremely important elements. And congratulations, again, 108 new members, 10 new clubs, $2.7 million raised for the foundation. Outstanding achievements, again, because you were inspired and you were asked. And I think through your generosity now, today, by becoming Arch Klumpf Society members, you're actually inspiring others to do the same and to keep this ever-growing Rotary pie expanding and doing even more good in the world. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for your inspiration, and thank you for leading by example with your generosity. Thank you. So again, I'd like to thank all of our honorees at this afternoon's ceremony. Can we have another round of applause for them, please? And I think through your remarks, we see how your Arch Klumpf Society membership represents hundreds of weekly club meetings and thousands of hours of volunteer service. This does not go unnoticed. We know that there's so much more effort that goes on behind the scenes, and for that, I want to convey to you a huge, huge thank you. With each act of service, whether it be big or small, you're truly making a difference. And so thank you for showing the world what it means to be people of action. And with that, I'd now like to ask Chair Holger if he could please share some closing thoughts with us.
Thank you very much, John. Yes, between now and lunch is a very long prepared speech. But I think I follow President Francesco, and I will keep it short. But definitely allow me to thank you again. Because of your contributions, we changed so many people's life. And we want really change people's lives for the better. We want to bring lasting change, and we do exactly that. Because of your contribution, because of more than a million committed Rotary members, and because of wonderful staff members here in our headquarters in Rotary and in many places in this world. Thank you for that. And we heard so many great stories today. Shows us that we are also changing our own lives by contributing. I think this is really important. And for me, probably also for many of you, these stories are reminding us, hey, we can do even more because we got some wonderful examples of lasting change. And but I think now it's enough. We will have more opportunities to speak, but now let's enjoy lunch. And I think let's go a little bit over time and let's meet at 2 o'clock here again for the next cohort of honorees. Thank you so much and enjoy your lunch.